Attention, Redskins Nation. Are you ready for the bombshell about to drop in Washington? An all-pro wide receiver from an NFC West team wants to join us. Can you imagine this talent paired with our new rookie quarterback? This news could completely change the outlook of our offense. Next, we'll discuss the move that's got the entire league talking. Former general manager from an NFC South team is joining our front office. Is this the secret ingredient we needed, or a misstep? The answer will surprise you. We'll also talk about our rookie cornerback who's shown more guts than many veterans. He sought advice from a living Redskins legend to improve his game. Could this be the start of a cultural shift in our team? Find out how this initiative could transform our secondary. If you're a true Redskins fan, you can't miss this news. Don't miss out on the latest exclusives from the Redskins. Hit the subscribe button and ring the bell right now. Let's dive into the content. Here's John with the hottest news on the team. And let me tell you, we've got a bombshell on our hands. Brandon Aiyuk, yes, that Brandon Aiyuk, has officially requested a trade from the San Francisco 49ers. And guess who's front and center to seize this opportunity? Our Washington Redskins. Now, I know what you're thinking. John, haven't we heard enough empty promises this offseason? But listen up, because this could change everything for our team. We've been the laughingstock of the NFL for too long. New owner, new coach, new quarterback. So what? The experts still put us at the bottom of every list. Let me ask you this. What if we had the chance to flip that narrative in one fell swoop? Aiyuk is not just another receiver. We're talking about an all-pro, folks. Player who could transform our offense overnight. And you know what's best? He's already mentioned Washington as a potential destination. Let's think about the connections. Adam Peters, our new general manager, comes from the NFC West. He knows the 49ers like the back of his hand. And let's not forget the friendship between Aiyuk and our rookie Jaden Daniels from their days at Arizona State. Coincidence? I don't think so. Now some might say, John, didn't we explore this option before? Yes, it's true. Adam Schefter confirmed there were talks, but that was before Aiyuk laid all his cards on the table. 49ers have lost their bargaining power, and it's time for Washington to pounce. Imagine for a moment, Aiyuk, McLaren, Dotson, Brown, and McCaffrey. A receiving core that would make any secondary in the league tremble. Isn't that what we've been waiting for? But here's the million-dollar question, fans. Are we ready to take the leap? Go from perennial losers to true contenders? Because I'll tell you something. If we pass up this opportunity, we might regret it for years to come. Scott Fitterer, the former general manager of the Carolina Panthers, has just joined our organization as a personnel executive. Yes, you heard that right. The same guy who was at the helm of that mess in Carolina is now on our team. But you know what? Let's not rush to judge. Fitterer comes with an impressive track record of 20 seasons with the Seahawks. And what did the Seahawks do during that time? They won a Super Bowl and built one of the most dominant defenses in NFL history. Coincidence? I don't think so. Now some might say, John, but what about his time in Carolina? And I ask you, can we really blame Fitterer for the circus that is David Tepper? That owner makes Dan Snyder look like a saint. Fitterer was working with one hand tied behind his back and the other holding a phone with Tepper yelling in his ear. Yes, the Panthers made some mistakes. J.C. Horn in the first round of 2021, a good player, but fragile as glass. And then there's the elephant in the room, Bryce Young. Was it really Fitterer's decision to mortgage the team's future for a quarterback who looks like he's still in high school? I highly doubt it. But here's what's interesting. Adam Peters, our new general manager, is assembling a team of advisors who know the business. Fitterer joins Marty Herney and Martin Mayhew, all former general managers. You know what this means? We have an NFL think tank working for the Redskins. It's like having the Avengers of NFL management, but instead of fighting Thanos, they're battling years of mediocrity in Washington. And I'll tell you something else. This move shows that Peters isn't afraid to surround himself with experienced people. He's not trying to be the smartest guy in the room. He's trying to fill the room with the smartest guys. When was the last time we saw that kind of humility and vision in our organization? Now, Redskins fans, I ask you, do you think Fitterer's addition is the secret ingredient we needed? Or is it another example of recycling NFL executives with no proven results? As for me, I'm cautiously optimistic. Yes, Fitterer comes from a disaster in Carolina, but he also comes with the knowledge of how not to run an NFL franchise. And sometimes, knowing what not to do is as valuable as knowing what to do. So here's my final take. Let's give Fitterer and this new brain trust in the front office a chance. They've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly of the NFL. And if there's anything the Redskins desperately need, it's people who know how to navigate rough waters. Now let's talk about Mike Sainristil, our rookie cornerback, who's just shown more guts than many veterans in this league. And do you know why? Because he had the audacity, the vision, and the hunger to seek out none other than Daryl Green for training. Yes, that Daryl Green. The same guy who made receivers cry for 2 decades in the NFL. Now some might say, John, aren't you exaggerating? It's just a training session. And I ask you, when was the last time you saw a rookie take the initiative like this? Sainristil isn't waiting for answers to be handed to him. He's going straight to the source of knowledge. And let's talk about Sainristil for a moment. This kid is not just any rookie. We're talking about an All-American from Michigan, with 6 interceptions in his final college season. Did I mention he won the national championship? This guy knows what it takes to win, and now he's looking to learn from one of the best in our franchise's history. But here's what really excites me. This could be the start of something big. Green will have his number 28 retired this season. He's a living Redskins legend. What if this training with Sainristil is just the beginning? What if we're witnessing the birth of a mentor-apprentice relationship that could change the course of our secondary? Imagine this. Sainristil absorbing Green's wisdom, learning the secrets that made Daryl one of the most feared cornerbacks in NFL history. Can you see the potential? I can, and I'm telling you, it's brighter than the gold on our team's helmet. And let's not forget the bigger picture. We have a new owner, a new QB in Jaden Daniels, and now a legend potentially getting involved with the new generation. This, my friends, is what I call a renaissance. Now, Redskins fans, I ask you, do you think Sainristil's move could be the catalyst for a cultural shift in our team, or are we putting too much pressure on a rookie's shoulders? As for me, I'm excited. I see a young man hungry for knowledge, a legend willing to share his wisdom, and a franchise ready to take the next step. It's like all the pieces of the puzzle are starting to fit together. So here's my final take. What Sainristil is doing is not just about improving as a player. It's about setting a standard. It's about showing that in Washington, we don't settle for mediocrity. We chase greatness, we pursue it, we court it like it's the love of our life. Redskins fans, it's time for you to take the mic. I want to hear your fiery opinions on these news stories shaking up Washington. What would you be willing to offer for this all-pro receiver? Do you think it's worth mortgaging our future for him? Or should we trust in our current core? About our new personnel executive, do you think his past experience will be a valuable asset or a burden for our team? Is this the move that will catapult us to NFL success? And speaking of our rookie cornerback, do you believe his initiative to train with a team legend will mark a turning point for our secondary? Or are we overestimating the impact of a simple preseason workout? Redskins family, your opinions are the fuel that drives this channel. Don't hold back. I want to read every single one of your comments. If you haven't done so already, it's time to officially join this passionate community. Click that subscribe button, hit the bell so you don't miss a single update, and together, let's make the voice of the true fans heard across Washington. And remember, every like, every comment, every share brings us closer to our goal of returning to glory. We are more than a team. We are a family. So don't hesitate any longer. Join the conversation. And remember, hail to the Redskins.